Or you have plans today? Hi, Mike. It's supposed to rain late in the afternoon. What's the weather? You want to buy yourself friends? I have today a list of family members. They remember I'm their uncle because they want to use the pool today.
It's not a good day.
No. Huh?
This afternoon. It was yesterday.
No. It says. Let me see what. Right now it says only 5 p.m. I have. Okay. Eitan, are you ready to learn?
Yes.
Guys, you could give Eitan a mazel tov. He just got married a couple of weeks ago. That's what happens. You hang around here, you get married. Boy, started already. I didn't know I put it on. Okay, Rabbi, I want to give you a little sneak preview. This is a sefer called Eitan. Look, this is a sefer called Sefer Mamorim Yidish. Now, I did a little research. I like these mamorim a lot because they're short and they talk to your heart. They talk to your heart. They tell you, hey, shake up, be a mensch, and do the right thing. Sit down. Okay? I'm not the biggest intellectual. I like to tell me straight in my face. But I did a little research because I found it fascinating that where are these maimorim? You know, the Baal Shem Tov, from the Baal Shem Tov on, most of the Rebbe said their Torah in Yiddish. But if you look at most of the books of their maimorim are all in Hebrew. The printed versions are all in Hebrew. The Friedrich, you don't find anything from the Baal Shem Tov down to the Friedrich Rebbe in Yiddish. When the Friedrich Rebbe came to America, he wanted to make it available to the masses, to the people to understand Chassidus. So he was one of the first ones, like what Moshe Rabbeinu says, "Oyo Moshe Be'er Sefer Azois." He brought it. He made Chassidus, the lofty ideas, principles. He wrote it in Yiddish, so people should understand these ideas. So when the Friedrich Rebbe came to America, there was a magazine that maybe he'll tell you when exactly it started. The magazine Hakriya Vakdusha. Magazine Hakriya Vakdusha. I think it came out once a month. It was a publication they sent out to, I don't know if you had to be a subscriber or whatever it is. And over there was different divrei Torah, different things that are happening. And the Friedrich Rebbe wrote a mimer, and it went into the Hakriya Vakdusha. And that's how people, like today's days, we have so many different pamphlets, flyers, and people read some just quick fixes. The Friedrich Rebbe wrote a whole Hasidic essay, a Hasidic mimer, which people schwitz on for weeks. Every publication he wrote another mimer. Very interesting. Shalom, you're going to love this. This is a collection of all the maimorim that he wrote for that publication. 1 second. So now I have a question, and I went to ask the hierarchy, because the question is, are these all the maimorim? Because the Rebbe put this together. The Rebbe put the book together. The Rebbe collected all the maimorim, made it into a sefer called Sefer Maimorim Yiddish. Now, something very, very funny. I counted. How many maimorim are there? You'll never believe it. 53. What's 53? 53 Prakim Tanya, 53 Parshas of the week. And there aren't 53 weeks from the Friedrich Rebbe arrived, months. The Friedrich Rebbe arrived 1940, and he passed away 1950. I don't know how long the publication was around, but I asked the people, I said, is this every single mimer? Just ironic that it's the exact number as the Tanya, and its exact number, it's like 1 per week. You should learn 1 per week, 53 weeks a year. Is it the exact number? Number one. Number two, when the Rebbe set up the maimorim, I want to know if the Rebbe set it up on the order of, what did she just disconnect something? I want to know if the Rebbe set it up at the order as the Friedrich Rebbe gave it, or the Rebbe set it up in the order of the year. So you should start. Okay, take it. So what did the Rebbe do? Because everything the Rebbe does is punctual and accurate. So I found this very fascinating. So today we're going to learn a mimer. It's in the Sefer Maimorim Yiddish, page 200. And it's actually Hashgacha Pratis, because this mimer is on a pasuk that we're going to say tomorrow in Barchi Nafshi. Tomorrow is Rosh Chodesh, Eitan. So tomorrow davening, if you're zipping out to make your millions of dollars, you got to slow down a little bit while you're davening. You're going to have to say a little extra. Rosh Chodesh, you're going to have to daven extra. And you're going to say a kapitel Tilim, kapitel Kuf Dalid, Barchi Nafshi. And over there, the reason why you say it, because it's a mention what Rosh Chodesh is, how the Yidden follow the lunar calendar. But there's a pasuk over there. The pasuk says on page 200, Yetze Adam lepoaloi v'la'avedasai adei arav. A person goes out to his work. Lepoaloi is one term for work. V'la'avedasai, and to, again, another term of work, adei arav, until the evening. In other words, the person wakes up morning, he works a full schwitzing day and comes back at night. And again, this is the Friedrich Rebbe is writing this in Yiddish. He's very, very straightforward and very explains to the simple folk. And he translates this pasuk. The Mensch geht zu sein Tuang und sein Arbeit, a person goes out to his job, by darfer ton bis im oven. You have to work, given a full day's work. You work until the evening. Okay? That's the simple translation of the pasuk. The Rebbe Nishma said, and the Rebbe Rashab Zok, that it's not just talking about work as a working in real estate. He's not talking about that type of work necessarily, even though it is talking practically for that too. A man works all day and he has to realize a lot of good things Hashem does to him. But there's a deeper meaning to this pasuk. What's the deeper meaning to this pasuk? The Rebbe Nishmasnei Mzak B'Shem Baal Shem Tov. The Rebbe Rashab says in the name of the Baal Shem Tov, Nishmasnei as yed and neshama was got Baruch Hu shicked up of the world. Any neshama that Hashem sends down to this world, hotash shlichus. Every neshama that comes down to this world has a special how do you say shlichus? Has a special purpose, a mission. Has a special mission. We're here for a reason. Was the neshama darf öftern auf der Welt. While you're in this world, you have a mission that you have to accomplish. Was die shlichus. You have no choice. Your neshama was put down in this world to fulfill this mission. You have to. This is the decree from above. As thus is the poil for the neshama. That's the outcome. That's the work. Hashem says to the neshama, before you go down, I'm sending you down for this and this purpose. Und der Baal Shem Tov Nishma Seidim hat geteilt dem Pasuk. So referring to this thought, the Baal Shem Tov explains this pasuk. Yetze Adam lepoaloi, der Mensch, this person, your being, geht zu sein Tun, goes to do his mission, his work. Das meint zu sein neshama shlichus. Every year does in his life, does his neshama. Oh, very good. Does his we just started. Does his neshama mission. I'm on the page 200 there. Does his neshama mission. Was das his lepoaloi? Every person has his own mission, right? And the neshama is told that while you're here in this world, you have to accomplish your mission. For suludem is the neshama geschickt worden auf der Welt. And that's the reason your neshama was sent down here. Und jeder darf wissen, and every person has to know. Gedenken, and has to remember as v'la'avedasai adei arav, that the work has to be done adei arav until evening. As a neshama shlichus, that your mission of life, arbet, by darfer ton, umuz durchverin adei arav. You're going to have to fulfill it until evening. As biz as vert arav, until it becomes evening. You have no choice. Das meint. In other words, says the Friedrich Rebbe, what this means, as men bedarf durchführen in the neshama shlichus. As men bedarf durchführen, we're going to learn a little before that. Never killed anybody, huh? As men bedarf durchführen in the neshama shlichus, that a person, Yankee, you want to show them where we're up to page 200 at the bottom. As men bedarf durchführen in the neshama shlichus, everybody has an obligation to fulfill his neshama mission. Eider es wird spät. Don't wait till it gets evening. Don't wait till it gets dark. If you have a mission, accomplish it very early. And now the Friedrich Rebbe talks to us straight in the face. He says, in time, seine voran drei Teil. Time has three sections. Boiker, free morgen, which is morning. Tzarayim, which is afternoon, which is mittag. And Erev, which is oven, which is evening. Just like it is that way in a day, Azoi is oich in the mentions Leben, so too in a person's life there is morning, afternoon, and evening. This is scary for us white beards. Seine Faran, drei late say Zeiten. There are 3 time periods. A state in Eiv, there's a pasuk that says, "The mensch hat a begrenzte Zeit, wie viel soll sein auf der irdische Welt." Hashem gives everybody a limited time how long you're going to spend in this world. Und wie das wird nimmt, und wie der was nimmt in Arbeit auf eine gewisse Zeit. Just like you, if you sign a contract, and your contract says you have to work from 9 to 5, you have a limited time. Vase, that person knows that I got to get the job. If you have a project that you have to be finished by this evening, you're going to work on it to make sure it gets done by this evening. And a person who has a limited time, Vase, and he knows, I'm on page 201, as die Zeit von seinen Unternehmung, the time that he took responsibility to fulfill this job, wird sich endigen, God forbid, is going to finish. Just as it is in a physical job that way, the Mensch wissen, so to a person that has to know, as ein Lebenszeit, that in the big scope, in his lifespan, it's a begrenzter. You're not living forever. You're limited. The Menschens Joren sein euch eingeteilt in 3. A person's life, it also has these 3 periods. Shachris, Mincha, and Arvis. The young years, the young years, das ist ein Boiker, that's early morning. The free morgen, that's the early morning, was ein Zun heute erst again. The sun is starting to shine. The mittlere Jahren, I don't know what they would call it. They might think they're already in the Middle Ages. But the mittlere Jahren, the Middle Ages, das ist Sarayim Leben. That's the afternoon. What's the afternoon? Was bald heute scheint the Zun anzugehen, zum Erev. The sun is already starting to lean towards the west. Nenter to the ski. It's getting closer and closer. It's getting spooky. This is what he's saying. Good stuff. It's getting closer and closer to sunset. When the ältere Jahren and the elder age from the mentions Leben, das is Arvis. That's evening. Men wird schwacher. You ever see the old people are always kvetching, the weak, this hurts, that hurts. You become weak. When es haupt an zu verdrissen, and suddenly you start getting angry, why did you waste your middle age? You're shaking your head, huh? Suddenly you're saying, oh, I could have, would have, or should have. At this age, you're a little weak. Why didn't I do this? But the Baal Shem Tov. So this is what the Baal Shem Tov says. He interprets this in the passage that we're going to say tomorrow. As the mensch darf gehen zu sein Tun, that a person has to do his job to live was Gott Baruch Hu hat geschickt seine Neshama auf der Welt for the purpose that Hashem sent in the Neshama in the world. Und darf tan sein Torah und Mitzvahs Arbeit. He should do all the Torah and Mitzvahs. Bis Eider es kommt to the Arvis side. Don't wait till you're old. Don't wait till you're old. You hear? Hey, Bachram. Don't wait till you're this white beard. Das meint, which in other words means, as the Haupt Arbeit is Torah Mitzvahs mit a Hider Geschmack. The main job of fulfilling Torah Mitzvahs and a Geschmack and doing it in a Hider. Und ois arbeiten sich Midas Teufels. And to develop and to work that you have better Midas. Is the richtige Zeit of them, the proper time to be able to do that, is Boiker und Sarayim. Is early morning, the younger age, and middle age. In the younger Jahren and the mittler Jahren. Was die Jahren, those age, can dimension arbeiten mit sich. A person they're still like putty, by clay. You have putty clay, you can make a nice shape out of it. He doesn't say that. In the younger Jahren, in the younger years, when in the mittler Jahren, can the marriage arbeiten mit sich. A person could work on himself when ois edlen sich, and he refined himself in Yiras Shamayim and Midas Tevis. What's done is euch sein Arvis, if you took advantage during the younger years, your middle age years, and you developed yourself and you worked on yourself, then your elder age, oh, you're happy. Then your Arvis, Leben, sein a finer, your elder age, it's a fine one. The Mensch, welcher hat sein Boiker und Zerayim getan in Torah Mitzvahs, a person who during his morning years, his afternoon years, was working in Torah Mitzvahs, und der Verb midas toivus, and work to develop his midas to be better, is as kommt in the Arvis Yarin, when he comes to the elder age, hatara einig, he has a special pleasure to feel a bit tzibur. He brings these examples. A guy who never davened with a minyan when he was younger, you think when he goes older, he's going to want to come to a minyan. A guy who all his life worked on minyan is important, so when he's older, he's going to try, he's going to buy a place where 55 or older, but not going to buy in Montana. He's going to buy when there's a 55 and older, where there's a minyan somewhere in Florida, because he enjoys it. And in Haggadah, he enjoys to hear a nice a nice Haggadah from the Gemara, a nice story of the Gemara. Afaganigin in Akiyama mitzvah, he has enjoyment of fulfilling the mitzvah, unamidas toivus, thus haste, a yidish farganigin leben. He has enjoyment of a good Jewish life, because now it's time to enjoy the hard work that you put into yourself. Was nit nor is at a lane v'esbar dar zayin in al inyanim. Not only he put in all that work, and he's pretty good in Torah mitzvahs and midas toivus. Was das macht ihm a greisen von Wagenigen, that makes him feel good. Was be'emes is doch in tiefen Herzen jede Id übergeben zu Torah mitzvahs and midas toivus. The truth is, in deep down, every Jew is really devoted to Torah mitzvahs. The verschiedene kerpelige weltige sibes, there are certain worldly and physical needs or reasons, fartunkeln, that darkens the tifa herzliche übergegebenkeit of Torah mitzvahs. Every Yid in his depth of his heart really is good, but somehow the circumstance, the situation, what you got caught up to, darkens that. Was the room sagt der Rambam la halacha, therefore the Rambam passes a very interesting halacha by get, by the halacha of divorce. It says sometimes when a person is being nasty and he's playing hardball with his wife about a divorce, so the halacha says, as kaifin oisai, a man can't be giving a divorce by force. Then the divorce is not a kosher divorce. So, but he has to be willing. But sometimes kaifin oisai, you force him till he says, I'm willing. What kind of game is that? You force him, says the Frierdiker Rebbe. Sometimes you by force you reveal what he really wants to do. The same is over here. Because every Yid, anything that he's obligated to do according to Torah, he really wants to do it. Now the karpelacha or the veltecha sibis, it's only the physical or worldly problems, steren, they block, as the inner chavilons only can and come to moisture. They put a cover, a layer on what your true feelings are, not to let it come out. The room dafin and therefore you have to push him to take off the ala karpelacha or the veltecha sibis, to take off all these physical or material problems, vashtarin, that block and helping up the platform, which stop out, knock out. This the revelation from the be'emes and the cherotin and the begemkites and Torah mitzvahs. The ala karpelcha, eirveltecha sterngen, all these things that are stopping a yid from shining the way his heart wants him, and abschwachen, all these weaknesses from them innerlich and rotzen to Torah mitzvahs, seinen nor in them Eden's Jugend. That's only this challenge, this problems you usually only have, says the Frierdiker Rebbe, during the younger years. Mitteljahre. Either in the earlier years you have challenges, you have temptations, or in the middle age. Was the chinuch in the adracha from the Jugendjahr, and whatever education and the teachings a person had in his younger years, on their sviva avir, and their surrounding from the Mitteljahre, the surrounding of his middle-aged life, where he surrounded himself, wirken stark auf the mention, that has a tremendous effect on the person. As man hat a richtig in kosher and chinuch, when a person has a real Jewish education. What's the definition of a Jewish education? Wo the mechanech pflanzt ein, where the educator plants into him, in the mechunach, emunah on Hashem yisbarach. Utmost important is to have true faith in Hashem. Un lipshach to Torah mitzvahs, and to plant into every student that you have true love for Torah mitzvahs. Un in the middle of yorin, that's as a youngster, but then it gets to as a teenager or a middle year crisis. Gefinter sich in a yidish shemayim u'midas toivus smicha. You make sure to be surrounded in places where there's your shemayim and midas toivus. Dan is the rotzen to Torah mitzvahs u'midas toivus biz galus. Then, when you grow a little older, you develop that everybody sees that you have a connection to Torah mitzvahs. You have a desire to have midas toivus. However, I'm up to page 202 on the top. Then the chinuch is nitvi al pi shulchan aruch is when the education as a youngster is not exactly the way Shulchan Aruch wants. As felt the kedusha from Torah, you didn't accomplish that the kid at his younger age should be fed with the holiness of Torah. Und the hadras hakavod for mitzvahs, and the tremendous honor what it means to do a mitzvah. How do you expect him when he's older to have some kind of feeling? Dan tzit him to a fraya sviva. That takes a kid and it tells him to hang out in the wrong places. Aber as menvert elter, when you become older, is al piarov vetmen besser. When you become older, you try to become better. We're going to start in a couple minutes. From Torah or mitzvahs and midas toivus, you have a tremendous pleasure from Torah, mitzvahs and midas toivus, and by ruba de ruba, was haben gehata kosher and chinuch. You understand, the Friedrich Rebbe is emphasizing this because when Friedrich Rebbe came to America, one of his biggest issues and one of his biggest fights is he couldn't stand the education system for the Yidden. He was all out that even in the Cheder, they had teachers that weren't frum, and he says, don't worry, it's fine. It's music to my ears. How could you do that? The Friedrich Rebbe were putting emphasis so much in chinuch. Number one, there's a beautiful gem video where the Rebbe was talking to an Israeli politician or Israeli army man. Rabbi, listen, you want to get everybody people are going to have an opinion. So, and the Rebbe, he asked the Rebbe, what's your success and how do you grow? And somebody pointed out to me too. Somebody pointed out, you see, that when the Rebbe's leadership in the early years, the Rebbe, all the people who worked around him, who the Rebbe hired to work around them, were very young. Rabbi Groner, Rabbi Krinsky, all these people were all young people when they started for many, many years. And this is what the Rebbe said to this Israeli politician. I forgot who it was and what it was. The Rebbe was basically saying, my secret to success is I surround myself with the youth. The Rebbe put it, if you teach the youth what's going to be, you have success, like the Friedrich Rebbe says. If they have the yisoid of Amunah, they have the yisoid of a love for Torah mitzvahs, then they'll when they grow up, they'll find the right place to go. If you didn't give them the whereabouts, how to care for it, of course they're going to wander off. As by Ruba, the Ruba of some Gehata Kosher and Chinuch, the majority of people who had a good education, and a real sincere, genuine way of life, they have tremendous pride. When they grow up, they're going to want to make a good Yiddish sviva. So put all your emphasis in the early age. So that we'll finish the first paragraph and we'll stop here. Tomorrow we're going to say Baruch Nafshi. There's a pasuk that we add Yetze Adam lepoaloi v'la'avodah ada erev. A person should work. A person's meant to go out to work, and you work all day till evening. And the Rebbe is interpreting it based on the Baal Shem Tov. That's not only hat stores; it's even the Neshama's mission. The Eibush sends the Neshama down here, and you're going to work. You have a mission, but start working in the beginning, because when you work in the beginning and you invest right and you do the right moves, then the later on in age, it gets much easier. If you're going to wait just for later, it's going to be much, much more difficult. Okay, then there's a second paragraph, and maybe Mitzvah will do it next time. Call to. Welcome to you.